Joining us now is Michael Kroger, former Victorian Liberal Party president and Sky News contributor. Michael, thank you for joining us on Power
Okay.
Hour. The federal election is approaching fast and polling's not looking good for the coalition. The latest Newspoll in The Australian showed support for the coalition fell to 35%. But polling expert Cos Samaras says that it's not going to take much for opposition leader Peter Dutton to win back young voters. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm not sure at this point in the race. I feel like it would actually take a lot. What's your assessment?
Well, Gabriella, there's no doubt that Albanese's had the best of the first part of the campaign, but the signature housing policy released by Michael Sukkar and Peter Dutton is hopefully a game changer amongst young people. Albo's policy of building 100,000 houses is just not believable. Home ownership is incredibly important. It's a very strong Liberal Party brand equity dating back to the 1940s. Labor have never been big on home ownership. Notoriously, they described homeowners as little capitalists many years ago in the 40s. And it's never been an issue much for Labor. And to think that the Labor government could get 100,000 houses built for first home buyers is just preposterous. They haven't built one under the Housing Australia Future Fund. So that could be a really important policy for young people because home ownership is something that people should aspire to. It's out of reach for people. And I think what Michael Sukkar has announced is, going to win a lot of votes for the coalition.
Okay, look, I want to speak to you about Iran. Donald Trump has reiterated that Iran must abandon any hope of obtaining a nuclear weapon as the US prepares for more talks. Trump says that Iran wants to deal with us, but they don't know how. They really don't know how. Classic Trump rhetoric there. But what can we really expect from talks between Iran and the United States?
Well, look, Iran's in a much weakened position now. As we know, their allies have been smashed in Gaza and in Lebanon and in Yemen. They've lost all their supply chain route through Syria to Lebanon. Their economy is incredibly weak. There is growing internal opposition. Their air defences were smashed by the Israelis. They've got the Turkish government that strongly opposes them because the Turkish government are now very supportive of the new regime in Syria, et cetera, et cetera. So Iran's in a much weakened position economically, politically and militarily. And so I would expect in due course there will be some kind of deal done, brokered by the Americans, because Iran's just not in a position to build a nuclear bomb and then have them all smashed. If they don't agree to something, then you'd expect the Israelis will destroy the Iranian nuclear facilities, and that may well be a death knell to the Iranian government. So they're going to have to do something. They're not in a position. They're not in a strong position. They don't hold any cards. They don't hold many cards these days, as Trump might famously say. So I expect something to happen in the next few months. Where Iran agrees not to develop nuclear weapons, Gab.